didn't want to forget that I also had goals and that I also had a life. What I did is I challenged Victor to meet me halfway. There are almost 6 million military and veteran caregivers across the nation. We have our own journey, and we can fulfill that journey at the same time that we are helping our loved one.
Visit aarp.org/caregiving for a free military veterans guide to navigate your caregiving journey and better care for your loved one and yourself. Brought to you by AARP and the Ad Council.
Serve Nebraska believes that volunteers are part of what makes Nebraska great. Each year, the Step Forward Awards honors volunteers from across the state who serve their communities in outstanding ways. We hope you'll join us this year at the Step Forward Awards luncheon on October 27th in Omaha. Help us thank volunteers with a celebration to remember. To register, visit serve.nebraska.gov and click Register Now. We hope to see you there. Paid for by Serve Nebraska. Aired with the Nebraska Broadcasters Association and this station.
Sometimes I just cannot believe all the storms we've gone through here. I can only hope that we'll be able to leave this house to you one day, baby. You're our legacy.
Planning for these disasters will make sure we're safe and is the best way to protect that legacy.
Protect your legacy. Visit ready.gov/plan for the tools and tips you need to start your emergency preparedness plan today. Brought to you by FEMA and the Ad Council.
Old School with DP and J.
Very small percentage of players, coaches, administrators thinking like, I'm planting my flag here. Nick Saban's run probably won't happen. It takes a very unique person and personality to be comfortable where you are, be strong enough to push to get what you need, and then also be very strong enough in a player's standpoint to advocate for yourself at the right time.
On 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Your child was embarrassed when you arrived at their basketball game. 75% of parents or guardians report current alcohol use. Drinking alcohol can cause harm to children and loved ones. By drinking less, your child will be excited to see you at their basketball game. If you or a loved one is looking for help, find a treatment facility near you at findtreatment.gov. For immediate support, call, text, or chat 988.
Brought to you by Nebraska DHHS in partnership with SAMHSA.
This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. Also online at theticketfm.com. On the internet. KNTK FM Firth, 93.7 The Ticket. Welcome into the Malone Radio Show, sponsored by The Post. Here are your hosts, Executive Director John Goodwin and Athletic Director Michael Hunter. The Malone Radio Show on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
We are back. No volleyball tonight.
Nope. Right.
Right. Volleyball. The volleyball game done canceled the Malone show last week.
And they won the championship to make up for it. So
okay. Is that what it is?
They did bring it home.
All right. At least they won it. We wasn't on the show because there was champions being brought.
We yield.
We yield.
We yield.
We yield.
We yield to the volleyball team. We yield. It's all good as long as they came home with that championship. You know, yalla la mean.
Hey, listen, this is the Malone Radio Show. Thanks for tuning in. 93.7 The Ticket. You know how we get started.
Yes.
He said, yes. Our vision is to create unity and prosperity throughout Lincoln while honoring our African-American heritage. And the mission is to eliminate multi-generational poverty. And how we do that is with the holistic program.
Holistic.
That we offer. Yes, listen, I do have one thing to say, though. Big shots out to our Early Achievers program, Carla Brown and her staff.
Yeah, what they call it, level 5.
Oh, step 5.
Step 5,
the highest level of child care education in the state of Nebraska. We are the sixth in Lincoln to have a step 5 up to quality.
We call that big thing.
We are. That's exciting. That's exciting news, man. Coming from not too much of anything to building this thing in 2 years of when she got here, and with the help of a lot of people in the community. Well, Lincoln Littles had definitely helped with the guidance and the staff that we have. I know Tyrena has done a lot. Carla Brown. We
Christian.
Christian. It's just a lot.
Man.
It's just a lot going on.
Won't he do it?
You said, won't he do it?
Amen.
We need some church music.
Yeah.
Dun, 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 dun. That's what we need. I know you're like church music.
Hey. Trust me, it is. I was about to get up and we about to get.
We gotta take you. We gotta take you to one of them churches, man. We gotta take you to one of them churches.
Yeah.
Ask AD about one of them churches.
Harrison, like, huh? That's just church music. Yeah.
Yeah, it's church music, man. If you ever watch the Blues Brothers,
no,
you ain't watched the Blues Brothers. Harrison Young though, bro. We gotta remember that.
Okay, so you have to watch the Blues Brothers.
He didn't know who Aaliyah was, so of course he ain't gonna know the Blues Brothers.
That is true.
Born in 99.
Yeah. Prince year.
You don't know what we doing. We're gonna have to educate him on Prince too.
Yeah, we're gonna have to hold him down on that.
Mike, listen, man, we got a
special
guest tonight.
Special.
All of these guests are special, but this one right here is special.
This joint right here
is special.
This joint right here
is special.
Man.
This is how we get down on 93.7 The Ticket. This is the late night. Listen, we're gonna have to get this music right.
We good. I mean,
but we can't get the mood like that right with
because
with five brothers in here.
We can't because I was about to say this ain't way back Wednesday. You know, you get way back Wednesday when you got your tape and you put the paper in it so you can record what's going on way back.
Right.
The Quiet Storm.
That's it. I slept good with that tape, bro.
Boy, look. I'm trying to tell you.
Listen, my main man. Who say that?
We figured it out.
I say that every time. I can't remember.
It out last time.
But my main man is in the studio tonight, Clyde Johnson. Where is the? He is in the house tonight.
I appreciate it,
man. Welcome to the show, brother.
I'm honored. I'm humbled. I feel blessed.
You are blessed.
I was telling the guys a little earlier. John was one of the first ones to reach out to me.
Yeah, let's make that known. Let's make that known.
Yeah.
So everybody won't think that we piggybacking or copying. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Let's go ahead and tell that.
If
story.
I'm gonna do anything, I'm gonna keep it 100.
Y'all, I mean?
Yeah. John reached out to me immediately. Clyde, I gotta have you on the show. We scheduled the date and everything. Like you said, the volleyball game kind of derailed the date, but here we are. We in the building.
That being said, the shows that you was previously on reached out to you after John did.
Facts.
All right.
Facts.
Now we can do that thing called press on.
Yeah.
See, that's the, and I think Aaron sniffed that out. With that, hold on. I got some beef with AD because this morning he clowned me.
Oh yeah.
And so I'm gonna call it out tonight. We're gonna call AD out tonight, bro. I said you sniffed it out with that nose you got. Don't think you talking about don't get you, dog. Don't get you. No, I'm getting you tonight, bro.
Yeah.
Look, we got some unfinished business. AD, man, that morning show, man, that's a great show. They be keeping me laughing on that show.
Definitely, I'm appreciative to the opportunity on all the shows, but I definitely was looking forward to this one.
Absolutely. Well, we're glad to have you. Before we get into it, I got to give a big shout out to Mama Tula.
Tula in the house.
Mama Tula.
Somewhere in somebody's house. In Chicago. She out there somewhere.
Mama Tula.
She out there somewhere.
Miss you already. Love ya.
Yes, sir. We got to go ahead and knock that out. That's my mom's, man. He hit it off before I do.
Yeah.
I get on the phone and talk to where my son at. Oh, I thought I was.
Yeah.
Talking about Mike. I'm like,
we in the
what
house.
happened? What happened to that song? After 9 months, I carried you no charge. You know what I mean? Shoot.
She said you gave her the headache. She had to pass you off.
That's exactly what it is. I gave her a bunch of headaches, man, and got a lot of discipline. Let's just put it that way.
Boy, look.
Definitely.
Hey, so Clyde, we got a lot to cover tonight. You're doing something special this weekend, but before we get into that, we really want to know the business. We want to say the business.
The business.
We're not going to get too in-depth in the business. But we really want to know, like, where are you from? A lot of people don't know where you're from. don't know what you're doing.
Yep.
So where are you originally from? How did you get to wherever you Lincoln? Let's give us that little story, that wrap up.
Yeah. I'm a Chicago native. I grew up on the south side of Chicago.
South side?
Yeah. In an extremely humble area. Within the city, they call it the low end. In a project housing authority. The name of the housing authority was the Dearborns. So I grew up right off of State Street. I grew up in an environment where dog eat dog.
Yeah.
You know, and anybody from Chicago will tell you, you can go ahead and make a decision early on.
Yeah.
What is it that you want to be known for? What do you want to be involved in? And then once you select that lane, I advise you to stay in it.
Church.
So it's one of those things in my neighborhood. I have older siblings. I'm a middle child. It was one of those things. Out of all my mom's children, I was the athletic one. I'm the only one that participated in sports at an early age, whether it was soccer, baseball, basketball. And the thing about my particular neighborhood was the opposing gangs, the only thing that separated them was the length of a football field or two baseball diamonds. But with that being said, those were the sports that were available to you through the local Boys and Girls Club.
Yeah.
Shout out JP. He may never hear this, but he was influential to cats like myself at that time. Give you the opportunity to participate in sports. If you can read this book, you get this pan pizza from Pizza Hut.
Oh boy, look.
Hey,
boy,
listen,
look, a personal pan.
Come on.
Man, look.
Coming from where I come from, that's a bonus.
What?
That's
We
a
need
bonus.
that.
Yeah, and then I was raised by my mom. My mom raised 5 of us by herself. A young lady who stuck to the grind, kept her head down, and worked during a time where I remember my mom getting up, heading out to work. You'll see her leave in the morning before the sun come up. She won't get back until it's down.
Right.
So your siblings kind of had to guide you, and then the neighborhood guide you as well.
Yeah.
Around 1999, I had an uncle who used to live in Kell Stream, Illinois. He moved out here to Lincoln, told my mom, hey, come visit Lincoln. My mom said, okay, Lincoln, Nebraska. She tell us for a birthday gift, she coming out to visit Lincoln. She makes it out here. While she's here, she applies for a job in the field that she had already been working in, but she applies for a higher up position just to throw it out there to see if anything stick. And it does. And it does. She comes back home. She tell us we're moving, but don't tell anyone. We're moving to Lincoln, Nebraska. My siblings at the time, they said Lincoln, Nebraska. Where's that at? I knew exactly where Nebraska was and exactly where Lincoln was because at the time, they had just ran off those national championships.
Right.
And I had just watched Tom Osborne and those guys win national championships because I was watching the Bulls and Mike Jordan.
Yeah.
Dennis Rodman, those guys were winning championships. So I was in tune with champions.
Right.
You know, and then so I knew where Lincoln was.
You hear what he said, right?
Oh, yeah.
In tune with champions.
No doubt over here in this corner.
Okay, go ahead. Finish that story. Finish the story. I just want
So it was one of those things to where I knew at the time this wouldn't be how I described it, but I knew it would be a culture shock.
Right.
So at the time I'm attending Daniel Hale Williams School. The high school I'm on my way to is Dunbar High. Couple of miles away from the house. But my mom uprooted us. I'm gonna tell you how we got here. My mom told myself, my older sister, and was my younger sister and my younger brother. Here's 2 duffel bags for you, 2 duffel bags for you. If it can't fit in this bag, it can't come.
Leave it.
Hopped in the back of a U-Haul. My auntie drove the U-Haul from Nebraska to Chicago, from Chicago to Lincoln. And life's been great since then, based off the sacrifices that my mom was willing to make. Her being willing to take that leap.
Man. So you was on your way to Dunbar
High.
So you got here right before you was going to high school. So you did your first. What high school you go to here?
Initially, I started out at Lincoln High. Went to Lincoln High my sophomore and junior year, and then my senior year, transferred to Lincoln Northeast.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
The transfer, don't get me wrong, nothing against Lincoln Northeast and Lincoln Northeast alum, but in my opinion, Lincoln High was a better fitting school for me.
Right.
But because of athletics and where college coaches began to tell me what they needed to see me do on the court, I needed to make a transfer in order to do so. Lincoln High had a great point guard at the time, a legendary point guard, in my opinion, a kid named Tyron Canby.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. So, and he deserved that spot. So I had to make the transfer, and it worked out well.
Right.
It worked out extremely well.
That's good.
So you did basketball. I remember Clyde at Lincoln High.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And Clyde came in from Chicago like Denzel in Trainer Day.
Facts.
Hey, I'm just gonna be honest with you. That brother was Trainer Day walking the hall. Hey.
You a wolf or you're a sheep.
Right. I remember, but you know what? I related because we were from the same area. He's from the South Side, so he was so I related to that. And so I never had a problem with him. Actually, it was. I'm
gonna interrupt you real quick, John. He might not remember this. I remember my sophomore year, John telling me, "You're gonna have to approach this a little different than you did back at home."
Right.
He said it just like that. And I remember, being later within to the school year saying to myself, "Oh, now I get what he's saying."
Right.
You can't treat these people here and speak like this here.
Yeah. You got a code switch.
Absolutely.
Not knowing how to code switch, you'll definitely find yourself on the rough end of the stick.
Oh, definitely.
So you truly have to code switch because everybody that's not from here, we all come from that place that is like that culture shock thing.
Uh-huh.
You know what I'm saying? And then it's like, man, when we get here, we like, man, okay, how am I gonna do this? And then you at some point you wind up being happy to be here because it's like, man, I can see certain individuals, striving for success or whatever. Then you ask yourself, man, or when you go back home, you be like, man, they doing the same thing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like, man, so what would I be doing if I didn't move? If she didn't make that jump or that leap or whatever the case may be, what would I be doing? Would I still be in the same boat or whatever the case? So it's like when we get here, coming from a place like where we come from, you be like, man, but it do be some people that get on your nerves though, bro. It'd be like, because I think that because they're so used to what goes on around here, and they think when they see certain people, they be like, well, okay, well, everybody's from here.
Yeah.
So I can treat them like I treat everybody that's from here. Nah, everybody ain't from here. Everybody ain't from here. Everybody don't move like, you know what I'm saying? Like, so it's the people got to remember that people that move here, we in code switch mode. But it's real easy. Real easy to flip that switch. Flip that switch. Yeah, absolutely. So that's a fascinating way that you got here because that's a lot of our stories growing up with a single mom and she's making that sacrifice or whatever. So it's like, man, growing up in a house without a father, it's like, me personally, I feel like I really didn't miss nothing because my mom taught us everything that we needed to know.
Held it down.
You know what I mean? And so it was crazy because it's like when my mom passed or whatever, and I held on for that for years. And then I was on the phone with my brother one day and I was like, man, why mom had to pass? So why she had to die so early? And he hit me with the question that was, what else could she teach us? And I was like, bro, that's facts. You know what I mean? She taught us everything we need to know. Yeah. So it was like, man, she would just be here, just being here, if she wouldn't have passed. But, so we learn a lot from watching our moms do what they do and the strength that they have or whatever, because we're sitting here for African-American males that grew up with just mothers.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So that's crazy.
One of my benefits was I have an older brother, quiet guy, but he led by example.
Right.
He led by example. No sucker stuff. You say you're gonna do something, you do that thing.
Right.
You say you're gonna be somewhere, you be there when you say you're gonna be there. So it was one of those things to where I had someone to kind of mimic and kind of see what the blueprint looked like. And I was always thankful for that.
Right. Well, you can see that in you though. You know what I mean? Because if you think about it, like we'll just say, big shout outs to your wife.
Mm-hmm.
We'll just say when she was at Lincoln High, they was at their peak and doing everything. You in the back, you chilling. You know what I mean? You ain't you chilling. You ain't rah. That's So it kind of speaks on, what you just said about your brother. Kind of laid back and just do so. So you can see it.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. You can definitely see it.
It took some time to grow into that.
Right.
Like he said, I came in that bad boy on fire. It was one of those things to where, to be honest though, I knew what was on the line. I knew what my mom had already sacrificed.
Right.
And no disrespect or no knock to anyone. I knew some had an easier path. And I knew if I don't get this scholarship, I don't know how I'm going to college.
Right.
I have to get this college education. And thank God it happened.
Right.
And I worked my tail off to make it happen. But all of it was due to those facts for me. I don't have time to play with you.
Right.
Here's the mission. Here's the goal. Anything getting in the way of that is getting rolled over.
Right. So on that note, kids these days, do you see that driving them?
No.
Ooh.
And because I'll say this, and then I'll leave the parents alone. It's the parents.
Everybody,
everybody's son's LaMelo Ball or Lonzo Ball.
You're absolutely right.
They're not all ready right now. This isn't microwave athletics.
You are absolutely correct.
Microwave.
And that's what a lot of them think.
Mm-hmm.
But hey,
I think they see the final product and think they can just walk right into it without no work. They don't see what it takes to get to gets to the work. And although some parents have struggled to get to where they are, their success, sometimes they don't see they can't see that struggle, or parents don't share it.
Yeah.
Like, look, this is what it took for me to get to where I am right now. And sometimes for adults to even reach that success, they have to let go of what they've already done.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Because your past can keep you from your success. They're so dwelled on the fact that this is what I accomplished, but they have not reached their potential.
Right. And the crazy thing about it is, I believe, this is just my belief, whatever the case may be, y'all ain't got to believe it, but my belief is a lot of these kids, and maybe they do, maybe they don't deal with a lot of adversity. And so it doesn't set them up for that dog mentality. I'm gonna call it dog mentality because that's exactly what it is. They don't set themselves up for that dog mentality. These kids don't go outside and play no more. These kids don't fall down and get up and get back at it or whatever the case may be. But the crazy thing about it is these parents don't allow their kids to fall. These parents don't allow their kids to.
We'll say some of the parents. Not all of them.
Not all. Some parents don't allow their kids to fall and to learn from those mistakes and to become and develop into the person that they need to be coming into with the goal that they want in mind.
And the thing for me is, I wasn't the most talented. I didn't shoot the best. I didn't handle the ball the best. I didn't jump the highest. But the one thing I've always hung my head on, and still to this day I do, is you won't outwork me.
Right.
You won't outwork me. There's individuals that may work as hard, but outworking me, it's almost offensive.
Right.
And the best way that they've described it in recent day, and God rest his soul, is the Mamba mentality.
Yeah.
That's one of those mentalities to where, we can be cool after this is over. Or we don't have to. Or we don't have to.
Absolutely.
Everybody don't have that.
They don't, bro.
So I'm gonna digress real second because let me just get this out. I'm so sick of these Jordan LeBron comparisons, man. Let me just say this to the Justice Browns all the other ones that's
JB,
calling,
you hear him, JB?
that's calling LeBron the GOAT. Listen, that may be your opinion, right? But at the end of the day, man, y'all have to compare. Can y'all bring in Kobe at some point? I'm not a big Kobe fan. Like, I'm MJ all day.
I agree. I agree with you.
How are we forgetting about Kobe?
I agree with you. Because he's like nowhere in the conversation. Like he didn't exist.
And I'm fortunate enough to remember and lived in the city when Jordan was at his peak, along with Scottie Pippen, Dennis Rodman, Tony Kukoc, Steve Kerr.
Right.
I was there, but like he said, Mike Jordan. And then I'm of course I'm old enough to witness everything that Kobe did.
Right.
But LeBron and I are the exact same age.
Right.
So to be honest, it was one of those things to where for the longest of time I wouldn't cheer for LeBron because he had everything I wanted.
Right.
That might sound like you hate him, but he had everything I wanted because you're the same age as somebody and you've been in Vegas and been in these jamborees with him in these different tournaments. And then he gets it. The thing that makes me appreciate him the most is he's done everything I would have done with the platform.
Okay.
The platform, what he's done. On the court, a guy his size, we've seen guys his size like a Magic somewhat.
Yeah.
And I think he's great. And I'll be honest, top 3 of my favorite, hands down.
Right.
But LeBron off the court is who I love the most.
And I agree with that. I agree. Look,
I got it.
You know, I'm a Lakers fan. But
sorry to hear that.
I mean, true, no, hey, big facts. But listen, I don't remember. I haven't sat down and truly watched the Lakers game since LeBron been there. But what he does off the court, I'm a fan of. He does what now if some come out, hey, like Diddy and all that, I don't know, but but what he does right there, what I know he does.
Give to the Malone first before anything happens. LeBron, if you out there listening, man, we in the capital campaign.
Send that check over.
He doesn't leave nobody behind. I'll say that.
Yeah.
Listen, we're going to be right back with Clyde on 93.7, the Ticket and Malone show right after these messages. Yes.
Sandhills Global is hiring. With their fast-paced, growing culture, they have hundreds of new openings in sales, marketing, traveling support, software development, web design, and more. Full-time roles offer a 4.5-day work week, along with flexible internships in most areas. Career and internship opportunities are available at our global headquarters in Lincoln, Nebraska. Find your fit today at www.sandhills.jobs.
Ashiro's work is never done. You care for the house, the kids, and our future. We're so grateful for all you do. Now it's time to care for yourself and save a little more for retirement. A free 3-minute online chat can give you the personalized tips you need to boost your retirement savings now. Visit aceyourretirement.org/Shiro today.
A public service announcement brought to you by AARP and the Ad Council.
When it comes to making plans, you are the best. What about those round trips, which are perfect on your way there and perfect on your way back? Or those meetings with friends, surprise parties, camps, birthdays. The same way you plan for the important moments, start planning to protect you and your loved ones from a natural disaster. Sign up for local weather and emergency alerts. Prepare an emergency kit and make a family communications plan. Get started at ready.gov/plan.
Brought to you by FEMA and the Ad Council.
Do you need motivation to get to the gym on the weekend or even in general? Tune into the Movement Hour each Saturday from 10 to 11 a.m. Movement Academy owner Robert Kuhlman will host the show as he introduces new ways to stay in shape. The Movement Hour every Saturday morning from 10 to 11 a.m. on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
If you came across someone struggling with hunger, how would you recognize them? By their clothes, their age, the way they speak? Would you notice a 16-year-old boy who got his first job,
not for extra spending money, but to help feed his little sisters?
or a mother who's in between jobs
and sometimes goes to bed hungry so her kids can have dinner?
Or a 14-year-old girl who signs up to every after-school activity, not to make friends, but just to get something to eat? Or a retiree who fell ill and had to choose
between getting medicine or groceries.
I am the 1 in 8 Americans who struggle with hunger. People you pass by every day but never knew were hungry. I am hunger in America.
Hunger can be hard to recognize. Learn why at IamHungerInAmerica.org. Brought to you by Feeding America, 200 Food Banks Strong, and the Ad Council.
Start your Sundays off right with Jeff and Nicole Essink on Fitness Fanatics. Jeff and Nicole discuss health and wellness, how to achieve fitness goals, and more through the life of gym owners and gym goers. It's Fitness Fanatics from 9 to 11 a.m. on Sundays on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
I'm Chris Jakovic. I served in the United States Air Force and I deployed 3 times. So in 2017, I was serving as an Air Force First Sergeant. Our motto in that role is my job is people, everyone is my business. But unfortunately in that year, I would lose my own brother, Lance Corporal Adam Jakovic, to suicide. The majority of veteran suicides are from guns. I store my weapons securely, not only for myself, but for my family. Store all your guns securely. Help stop suicide. My service never stops.
Brought to you by End Family Fire and the Ad Council.
High schoolers, unleash your creativity and learn about potential careers in broadcasting at the Digital Expressions Media Camp. Have fun, make friends, and get hands-on experience with video and radio production June 9th through the 14th at the University of Nebraska at Kearney. Scholarships are available from the Nebraska Broadcasters Association and spots are limited. Learn more at digitalexpressionscamp.com. That's digitalexpressionscamp.com.
93.7 The Ticket is proud to provide listeners with daily opportunities to win contests and prizes on our airwaves, and would like to take this opportunity to remind you of a couple rules. All participants must be 21 or older and must wait 30 days after winning a prize before participating in another contest. Once you win, you have 30 days to pick up your prize at the K&TK Studios, 1040 O Street in Lincoln, or your prize will be forfeit. Thank you for participating in our contest, and thank you for listening to 93.7 The Ticket.
In every office, there's 2 types of people. There are those who bring in bagels and those who eat the bagels that someone else brought in. Everybody likes the first person. Be that first person. Weekday mornings at 7:30, you have a chance to win a business box of bagels from Bagels & Joe. All you have to do is shut up, Sipple. 2 questions for you, 2 for Sip. Win and the bagels are yours. Lose, well, you don't want to lose.
You lost Monday, you lost Wednesday, you're a loser.
Shut up, Sipple. Weekday mornings at 7:30, brought to you by Bagels & Joe. Now back to the Malone Radio Show, sponsored by The Post on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
We are back on 93.7 The Ticket. This is the Malone Radio Show. John Goodwin with Michael Hunter with our special guest, Clyde Johnson, all the way from Chicago, Illinois. Been here since '99. No, I got here about 3 years before he did, so we sitting pretty good.
Yeah. Clyde coming from the shoulders, Johnson.
Hey, can we get that announced on Saturday? Seriously, that's the segue into this.
Coming from the shoulders, Johnson, all the way from Chicago, South Side.
Who announced you, man? Let's get right to it. Let's get to it. So those who don't know Clyde box, right? So he's lethal with the hands. Did you get them things registered, man?
It comes with turning pro.
Look,
once you turn pro,
with the territory.
Yeah, it comes loaded on this edition.
He got the banana clips in there.
Hey, so getting into this, we got done. You done the sports. You done did all this stuff with Lincoln High Northeast. We get that, right?
Yep.
So let's talk about your professional career. Let's talk about boxing.
Yep.
You know, you are a professional boxer.
I'm officially a professional boxer coming off a stellar amateur career. Initially, I got into boxing because I have an uncle. He lived in Joliet, Illinois.
Yep.
And my mom used to send me to Joliet throughout July every summer just to stay out of trouble.
Yeah.
And he was a guy who was interested in boxing. And the very first bout I sat down and watched was Roy Jones Jr. versus the Tasmanian Devil.
I remember that fight.
Once I saw Roy.
I remember that fight.
Sheesh.
Did Roy dance on him? Didn't he dance?
Man. He threw this triple right hook.
Man. And stepped to the left.
He said he was chasing chickens. I'm thinking to myself, it's a bunch of pigeons where I'm from. There ain't no chickens, but I'm about to go chase them.
You can get them chasing them,
man. I want to go hawk them down.
I'm gonna chase these pigeons.
Man. I'm just telling you where I'm from. but I went from watching that and saying to myself, one day I'm gonna box. So then, like you said, you fast forwarded, went to school, played some collegiate basketball, had an opportunity to play overseas for a little bit. After coming back, the first thing I said was, I'm gonna find a boxing gym. I find the boxing gym, Southside Boxing, and I began boxing. Then I took kind of a step back and started going into more of my profession. I had became a general manager for a fitness facility at the time. So then I was focused on that. And then not to mention I had fell in love, so I'm currently married. And that kind of took up some time also.
It always do.
And then,
them babies.
And then my wife, she had some goals in mind and went after some coaching opportunities, coached at the collegiate level. Like Mike mentioned earlier, she coached at the high school level here, did a great job coming back home to the city and doing some great things within the community. But it gave me the opportunity to now, after going into my amateur career, I had a total of 54 fights. I went 50-4. And after that part of it, I decided, man, either I walk away or I close out the deal.
Right.
And it was nights where I couldn't sleep because it kept tugging at me. And then now knowing that the community, Southside Boxing Gym, and they're affiliated with the complex, just now opened up a new facility. It's the old Champions.
Yeah, that's right.
Arcade room and putt golf area. It gives me an opportunity to use my platform and my skill set to give back to our community. But then it also gives me the opportunity to scratch that itch.
Right. Keep on in there.
Yep. So this Saturday, of course, May 25th, I'll be making my professional debut as the main event on the card here in Lincoln.
Man, I told y'all, Clyde coming from the shoulders, Johnson in this corner. Well, look,
see his face. The one thing I like and what we talked about is, and we talked earlier about it, is that switch, turning on and off that switch. And one thing I asked him, I said, bro, just because I'm gonna be there. This will be the first time that I actually come, and I've actually watched Clyde watch him fight. I saw some clips. I didn't see the whole fight. Now I'm about to get the whole experience. And I asked him, I said, man, you gonna bring that Chi-Town out?
Man. It's one of those things to where, like you said, the perfect way to describe it is flipping that switch. Because now I'm looking at you and I'm thinking to myself across the ring, you think you've outworked me. That's offensive.
Right.
You haven't made the sacrifices, but you think you have. That's offensive. The most offensive thing is you stepped in here thinking that you were going to be the one inflicting pain and damage.
Right.
I got something for you. Within that
in
first
this corner,
minute. Yeah.
Clyde coming from the shoulders, Johnson. I'm telling you, watch out.
So within that first minute, I'll begin downloading you, and you can be as tough as you want to. You can be willing to take certain shots, but for how long?
Right.
And when I take you deep out here into this Lake Michigan water,
I love it.
Yeah, that's that round 6.
We're gonna see if you can swim.
That's that round 6.
I love it.
We're gonna see if you can swim.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be yelling. Take him to the lake, Clyde. Take him to the lake.
No, we're scheduled for 4.
We're
scheduled for 4 to come out the gates at 4. That first round, like I said, it'll be a filling out round, and each round from there, I'll turn it up a notch or 2, and then see if you can come with me.
Yeah,
because my conditioning is there. I've been running 5 a.m., 5 miles on top of the sprints, on top of the strength training, on top of 5 nights a week in the gym. Excellent sparring.
Yeah.
Sparring partners that tip-top shape. One of my sparring partners is a stablemate, and he was just at the National Golden Gloves tournament in Detroit this past weekend, and he finished 3rd in the nation in his weight class at 176 pounds. A young man named Beltran. He's a knockout artist. He's a knockout artist. And the thing about Southside is Southside has given all walks of life an opportunity to come into the gym and not only work on a craft, but have a home.
Right.
It's a family environment.
Right.
It's meant for the youth. The young man who runs the gym, Tommy Asialaga, he has made an environment to where it's welcoming to all of the community.
Right.
Not only just Lincoln, but the surrounding areas. And it's one of those things to where my son, Kyrie, he's 7. He's with me every day.
Right.
So them days,
ready.
Yeah, them days where it's tough, all of a sudden you hear this little voice in the corner. Come on, Dad, push through it.
Yeah.
He come from a very athletic and competitive family.
Yeah.
So even he just even though he's running through the gym, he might see me sweating hard and he remind me, you got to get it done. And when I hear that voice, that's the other thing. Come on, man. He's watching.
Yeah.
That's offensive.
Take him to the lake.
I'm gonna take you deep.
Yeah. Take him to the lake.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be yelling that. Matter of fact, how many days is this? I'm trying to see if I can get a shirt made that said "Take him to the lake, Clyde."
To the lake.
Take him to the lake, Clyde.
Yeah, buddy.
So where is this fighter coming from? Is
he coming from El Paso, Texas? Hard-nosed young man. This will be his 5th professional fight.
Okay.
He's known for coming straight forward, trying to rip the body. And the thing is, my style of fighting it's more of a work of art. I'm a boxer.
Yeah.
Because, and that's what I'll do. I'll get in there, I'll box you, but I'll capitalize on mistakes. Or if you get too reckless.
Yeah.
With that type of fighter who's known for coming forward, I like that because then you're just right there for me.
Yeah. Yeah, he gonna lean.
Yeah, you're just right there for me.
He gonna lean.
Yep. There's nothing slick about you. And if you're relying on power, that slows you down, in my opinion. And I'm more athletic. I know I'm more athletic. Never seen the guy in person, but I'm more athletic.
Right.
So I'm looking forward to it.
Well,
he said, I don't have to see you.
Yeah.
I don't have to see you. I just know I'm more athletic.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I know I'm gonna hit you.
Yeah.
It's gonna hurt.
When I want to.
Yeah.
How I want to.
It's gonna hurt.
Where I want to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's gonna hurt. Yeah, you're gonna know I was there. Don't worry about it.
Definitely.
So Clyde, what motivates you? I know you talked about a little bit about, looking at him across the ring, but what really motivates you? You talked about your son, hearing his voice. What motivates you to get up every morning, 5 a.m.? Because you stay in shape.
Yeah.
Like even when I didn't know that you were boxing, you was in shape. And I'm trying to get there. Like, I've been trying to get there since 1996. Hey, so because a brother like to eat.
Yeah.
And I see if you eating, it's coming off real fast. So what is it that motivates you, man? What can you tell the people that, hey, the motivation that you have?
Outside of the obvious, like you stated, part of it is my base come from my faith. So I stand on that first and foremost. And then, you're not here for a long time. So there's things that are inside you that sparks you to get up in the morning. Kind of like a profession. You hear a lot of people say, you do your passion, it doesn't feel like work.
Right.
Me getting up and working hard doesn't feel like work. Right. Whether it's work, whether it's doing what I need to do for my family, whether it's being in the gym and staying in shape. The main motivation is, of course, my wife, my 2 children. And then my name is my name.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna stand on that.
Yeah.
So when it comes down to being competitive or making sure that I do all the right things, whether someone's watching or not, my name is my name.
Yeah. Yeah. That's gonna go with you.
Mm-hmm.
That's gonna go with you. Southside had a young boxer. It just hit me when you said that they're for the community and they it feels like a family.
Mm-hmm.
I had a young kid that I was working with and kind of helping out along the way, but he got caught up in some trouble. His name was Alex.
Extremely talented.
You know what I'm talking about.
Man,
they say, woo-wee. They say, boy, if he wouldn't have got in trouble, because he was 16 when he got in trouble,
Yes,
15, 16 when he got in trouble.
I remember Alex.
Ooh-wee. Was it Longhorse, Yellow Horse?
I forget his last name, but every time somebody mentioned him, I can see his face, and I just remember how smooth and how fluent he was in the ring.
Yeah. Yeah, because we used to sit down and we used to talk, and he used to be like, "Oh, Mr. Hunter, I just love boxing, man. I just, and then I used to tell him, hey, you know, what you gonna do? How you gonna do it? You gonna stay out of trouble? This, that, and the third." And it was during the summer.
Yep.
He got caught up, man.
Yeah.
During
Extremely talented kid. Yeah, I do remember Alex.
And he used to tell me, man, Southside, that he would say it. That's the only thing that's keeping me focused. That's the only thing that you know, he would just praise the coaches, the training at Southside and everything that they had to offer. He was just like, this is the only thing keeping me going. And it was during this because he was at summer school when I was talking to him. And then during the summer, man, he got caught up. And now he's doing time.
Yeah, like I said, it's definitely a family environment, man. They've created a space it's a safe space. You come in, and then the thing that I love that they do is if you're a child or individual that come from a background to where you're not financially stable and can't pay or donate because it's a nonprofit, of course, and you can't donate monthly dues. Here's how you earn your keep. We have a cut the grass program. We have the clean the bathroom program. We have the take out the trash program. And like I said, Tommy has made that available for anyone to participate in order to chip into Southside so that they do have the funds to take kids to the national tournament. We sent 2 guys out to the national tournament in Detroit this past weekend, and they did a great job, like I mentioned earlier. But you have to have funds to send coaches and players out to these different events in order to get the exposure they need. Because what a lot of people don't understand is amateur boxing is like the NCAA.
Okay.
So you're an amateur, just like the basketball player or the football player or the soccer player. So you need that exposure in order to get to that next level, and you need the experience. You got to go out and take some lumps along the way.
Right.
You know. So, but the gym has made it very easy for individuals to show up, whether you got it or you don't have it. You'll find a way. As long as you're doing the right things, you're doing good in school, you're being respectful, you're not drinking, you're not out here drugging, you can come and be a part of Southside Boxing.
Okay.
Yep.
I love it. I love it. Look, we got to take it's a break already. We're breaking already. We're going to take a quick break. We definitely got to come back and find out when this fight is, all that other stuff. So we'll be back on 93.7 The Ticket.
Play ball! Tired of the same old routine? Then bring your crew out to Haymarket Park for a thrilling season of Lincoln Salt Dogs baseball and unleash the fun. Enjoy action-packed home games all week long from May through August. It's the perfect change-up to the typical family night or makes for a home run outing with friends and coworkers. Experience the magic and get in on the excitement. Visit saltdogs.com to secure your tickets now. Unleash the fun.
Nominations for the Step Forward Awards are now open. These awards are the state's most prestigious awards for volunteerism, and we need your help to find outstanding volunteers from your region of the state. If you know a volunteer who deserves to be honored for their service, visit serve.nebraska.gov and click Nominate Now. Made possible by sponsors like Omaha Public Power District. Nominations must be submitted by June 1st. Paid for by Serve Nebraska, aired by the Nebraska Broadcasters Association and this station.
On the Block with Strick and Austin.
Hey, he looked as advertised. He looked really good in the spring game. And because of that, we're going back to a bowl game this year, is what Husker fans are telling them. So I think the fans have a more realistic perspective, and I think the coaching staff has done a really good job of handling Dylan Raiola and the expectations around him.
Weekdays from 2 to 4 on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com. Old School with VP and J.
Very small percentage of players, coaches, administrators thinking like, I'm planting my flag here. Nick Saban's run probably won't happen. It takes a very unique person and personality to be comfortable where you are, be strong enough to push to get what you need, and then also be very strong enough in a player's standpoint to advocate for yourself at the right time.
On 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Sometimes I just cannot believe all the storms we've gone through here. I can only hope that we'll be able to leave this house to you one day, baby. You're our legacy.
Planning for these disasters will make sure we're safe.
and is the best way to protect that legacy.
Protect your legacy. Visit ready.gov/plan for the tools and tips you need to start your emergency preparedness plan today. Brought to you by FEMA and the Ad Council.
This is how we do every day. We be grinding, and if you wanna come and text us,
If you love them enough to turn off your music and pretend like their music is your music,
This is Mommy's jam.
then surely you'll check NHTSA.gov/the right seat to make sure they're in the right car seat.
Let's play it again.
Check today at NHTSA.gov/the right seat. Brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration and the Ad Council.
Hi, Sean Callahan here of HuskerOnline.com, inviting you to join us here on 93.7 The Ticket every Saturday morning now in our new time. We're on from 8 to 9 with the weekly Husker Online radio show. We'll give you the latest in recruiting. We'll talk about what's going on with both football, basketball, and we'll probably share a few stories from the inside. It's every Saturday morning right here on 93.7 The Ticket. It's the Husker Online radio show from 8 to 9 a.m.
Old School with DP and J.
Very small percentage of players, coaches, administrators thinking like, I'm planting my flag here. Nick Saban's run probably won't happen. It takes a very unique person and personality to be comfortable where you are, be strong enough to push to get what you need, and then also be very strong enough in a player's standpoint to advocate for yourself at the right time.
On 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com. Now back to the Malone Radio Show, sponsored by The Post on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Take them to the Lake Clyde. Take them to the Lake Clyde. Take them to the Lake Clyde. Oh, take them to the Lake Clyde. Take them to, we're going to. Yeah.
Big shout out to The Post. My main man, my fraternity brother, Jesse Foster. If y'all haven't visited The Post yet, please do. 2001 N Street. If you tell them we sent you, you might get a discount.
You will get that discount somehow.
Go holler at my man, Jesse Foster. Doing big things. Go Mom, my guy.
Appreciate you.
Fun fact, official post-fight after party at The Post.
Ooh.
May 25th after the victory.
Ooh.
At The Post. Official.
After the victory. Okay, so where's the fight? Let's let the people know where the fight is. Is there still tickets to come? What time? How many cards is on? I mean, just give us a brief description.
So for the local natives, it's at the old Champions Complex, where we used to play arcades, where we had the go-karts and the putt-putt golf and the betting cages. So it's at the complex, May 25th. Doors open at 6. Fights start at 7. There'll be a handful of amateur fights showing that up-and-coming talent. Ibrahim will be fighting. Beltran should be fighting. Carter will be fighting. A handful of other individuals will be fighting, and then it leads into the pro fights. We have a young lady in our stable at Southside that will be fighting on the card as well. Her pro debut, along with my national team mate, a young lady from Omaha. She'll be making her pro debut as well also. So this isn't just a male-dominated sport.
Right.
The young ladies can come out and get involved too. In fact, our gym has a lot of young ladies, but it will be at the complex May 25th. Doors open at 6. First bout is at 7 o'clock. I'll be the main event. She'll be fighting around 10:30, 11, closing out the show with a bang.
I love it.
Hey.
I love it.
Boy, love.
We're going to be ready. I may be suited and booted.
Hey.
Yeah. We got to come right. And then the post after. Yeah, that's a full night.
That's a full night.
Come on, Mike. Come on out. We're trying to get Mike out to the fight.
Celebrate with
full
him.
night. Hey.
Yep.
We are very thankful and excited to have Clyde Johnson on tonight. He is about to hold it down on Saturday. If you have not, is there still tickets?
There are some tickets still available, but not many.
Yeah.
Not many. That's a special shout out to the city. The city has supported me in a major way. In between my sponsors and ticket purchases, and immediately once the news came out about the fight, I had individuals flooding me with requests for tickets, and up until mid-training today, I'm climbing into the ring to get some stretching done and get ready to do some work, and individuals are walking into the building like, "Why? We want tickets." Go speak to the ticket holder. Let me get ready and make that ticket worth it for you.
Yeah, we're excited for you, man. We're very happy for you. We're definitely going to support you in what you're doing. You are gifted, and we want to be able to support that gift and hope this carries on all the way through, man. You get the big fights, and you start getting those big purses and doing what you do, man.
Yeah, I appreciate it.
Very supportive of.
Speaking of the purse, because we know in Lincoln right now is Give to Lincoln, and part of what I'm doing is with some of the proceeds is I'm giving back to Southside Boxing Gym.
That's what's
up.
up.
And then I also chose to give some of the proceeds to Boys and Girls Club of Lincoln and Lancaster County.
That's what's up.
Both nonprofits are doing great things here in the community. And because I come from a background that I explained earlier, I know how important it is to make sure that you take care of the community. And I've been on the other end of it.
Absolutely.
So I want to make sure I chip in, and not only in the community, but in these two nonprofits have been chosen for this fight. The next fight, it could be two other nonprofits. Right. In which I don't mind doing so.
And big shouts out to Dominique Kelly. Look, Dominique holds it down.
Yeah.
And if y'all didn't know that was Dominique and Clyde and Dominique, they together. I just want y'all to know that. The Boys and Girls Club, they're doing great things over there. We definitely support each other.
Definitely.
Dominique is an awesome person. I've been knowing her for years as well. Clyde is an awesome person. They got beautiful children with them as well. This is just a beautiful family, man. I think I'm excited for you. My hands are sweating like I'm about to get out here and fight because I definitely want to. And that's the thing, man. You got to wait till all those fights. I always wanted to know, like, what are y'all? I mean, because it's like, man, how many fights left?
Yeah.
3. Man, okay. So, like, what do you be doing? Like, how do you keep yourself calm like that?
Yeah. And that's the thing. I'll have a bird's eye view for the fights, but for the most part, I'll relax.
Yeah.
There's certain music that I begin playing that ramps up. You know, it might start off
closer to your
Temptations might kick off the soundtrack.
Right.
But by the time I'm getting ready to get in the ring, it's Chief Keef.
Yeah.
Now that's what's playing. But for the most part, it's a bunch of relaxation and then preparation. I need to stretch. I need to get my hands wrapped. I need to have the commission come in, check gloves.
Yeah.
I need to do some warm-ups. And then now it feels like my normal routine right before I get ready to spar or right before a heavy workout day. And because the norm is happening, the norm happens.
Right.
Everything I've prepared for now just explodes on fight night.
What they say on it, man, let's jump him.
I don't want to fight no more. I don't want to fight no more. Be like Martin. That dude gonna be like Martin.
Yeah.
Tell us again where the fight is real quick before
The
we
fight's
leave.
at the Complex, Lincoln, Nebraska, May 25th. Come out and support us.
There we go.
Definitely support Clyde. We're definitely happy to have him on the show tonight.
Honored.
This has been John Goodwin. This has been Michael Hunter.
We're about to take him to the lake.
Take another week. Take him to the lake, Clyde. Take him to the lake. See you next week, everybody.
Peace.